This video is meant to accompany a series of videos posted by the outdoor community on YouTube. This Show Us Your Steak challenge was brought on by Haze Outdoors, an awesome outdoor YouTuber. And it was meant to bring awareness to men's mental health. More on that later. Well, this looks like a great spot. Nice big open area surrounded by thick bush. This is where I'm going to post up for a few hours, cook up supper with the dog. What is it? Hey? A good boy? What do you smell? Okay, now that I'm here, I got to do a few things to get this place ready. It's kind of windy, so I want to set up a tarp just to stay out of the wind and have my fire burn better. So I think I'm going to do that right now. Don't leave it, leave it. Okay, not too shabby. Got the wind coming from my back. I'll build the fire right in front here. I'm just gonna have to dig up a lot of this duff and get it away. I might collect some rocks too, we'll see. But yeah, I'm really hungry. I'm getting to be time to eat. Working up a sweat here. Alrighty. I haven't looked to see what the substrate is on the ground, really underneath all this pine duff, so it looks pretty wet, it's pretty good. Let's start digging and see. That's good, it's pretty muddy. It's actual mud, perfect. Okay, I don't have to worry about it at all. I'm just gonna clear the top layer off, and then that's good to go. Nice, that's a relief. Watch out. Watch out, bud. Not for you. Nope. 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 Leave it. Nope. Leave it. Leave it. Watch out, buddy. Watch out, bud. That's not awkward at all, Scout. So, we got that big sheet of birch bark. We're gonna use a big blade and also a big old fire steel. This fire steel was sent to me from Nick at HF Survival School on YouTube. So he's a really cool guy. He's from the country Georgia. This is a really big fire steel and it works really well. She's a big one. yes. Oh, she's going a little colored too, which is good. Nice and aged. Back up, back up, back up. It's not for you, homie. Not yet. We gotta cook it. We gotta cook her. Now, how much better would this have looked instead of paper? Just pretend I didn't use the butcher paper. Pretend it was like that the whole time, okay? Thanks, guys. Oh, she's smoking me right out. But this is the good angle. This is where it looks good. Hurry up, Joe. I got some butter here. We're gonna melt it slowly. And to go along with that slab of butter, I have a clove of garlic. This is a local clove. So I wanna just kinda take out the stem, take off all the flaky bits as much as possible. Then I'm gonna wrap it. No, this is garlic. This isn't for dogs. Garlic's no good for dogs, bro. I'm gonna wrap it in some tin foil, and then at the end I'll be able to mix it with the butter and have a nice garlic butter spread for the top of my steak. Okay, I'm just gonna continue to take off these fluffy things. You don't need to see that. You know what that looks like, right? Fluffy things. Okay, well, I've got most of this loose skin off. I'm going to press it after so it'll be totally fine. I use this side of my blade to press it. Got all that garlic in there. Wrap seams up. And we'll just place it next to the fire. Now I don't want to burn this butter at all. I want to slow melt. So that's not bad, that height there. I will put the lid on because I'd rather put the least amount of lichen, moss, ash, and dirt in my butter as possible. Although it's not a deal breaker, I swear. The wind is kicking up, man. Switching around a bit too. Get my cedar rounds on there now to get some good coals. These big rounds will give me decent coals for sure, even though it's cedar. I'm just gonna prop it all up on there now. I did take the butter off. I had it on there for a little while. Ended up getting too hot. I'll just wait till this is coals. I'll put that down a little bit closer and do it that way. But this is all my firewood here, and this will be enough to cook my steak. I have I'll show you. Well, I have a special guest today. Some of you, if you've been following me for a long time, will know what this is. Back in the Bushcraft USA days, there was a dude named Donk. His username was Donk, and he was One-Legged Josh's dad. And he's a blacksmith. And he would make these grills. They were called Donk grills. And I had one for a long time. And a lot of people got them because of my videos. I'm sure a lot of people got them because of the forum too, not just my videos. But I lost this on a trip with Kyle and Ken, maybe like 6 years ago or something like that. We went to Puzzle Lake. We did a winter trip, and I thought that on the way out I dropped this out of my sled. I could just never find it. Well, I went back to that spot last year, and I found it sitting against a tree. I had no idea it was even there. I just saw something sitting against a tree. I'm like, what the heck? And this is like 7 hours away from my house, and like 4 lakes paddled in, and like just walking through the woods. You know what I mean? I was trying to find the spot that we did camp at, and I found it. And that was like last year or early this year. So she looks a little rusty. She looks a little rusty. I hit it with an SOS pad and cleaned up all the top part. So this is made of like old campaign signs from the States. Folds up, and yeah, has legs. Gets you a little bit of oomph, height off the fire. I like it a lot. And since I'm not far, you know, I didn't have to hike in here for hours to get to this spot. It's a little bit heavier, but I don't mind carrying it. Donk grill. Who remembers that? Let me know in the comments if you've been around that long. If so, kudos for putting up with all of this for that long. So Haze Outdoors is a good dude. I've never met him. I just chatted a couple times online with him, and I just really enjoy the way his personality is, the way he thinks about things and does things. His videos are different than any other outdoor YouTubers just because of his personality. If you've watched him, you'll know what I'm doing. Scout, your paw's on my steak, homie. Back! 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 He literally stuck his nail into my steak! Oh my gosh. Buddy, that's going a little far. Anyways, he took his platform and wanted to speak about something that meant something to him. And he tagged me in it, and he tagged TA Outdoors, and he tagged Carlisle 195. And both those guys already were able to do their videos. And kudos to them, too, for doing it so quickly. I was moving. I was in the middle of moving and had a lot of things to do here, so I couldn't. So apologies to everyone involved, especially Haze, for not getting this done sooner. This is as soon as I could do it. So I personally have two men in my life. I used to have 3. 2 men in my life that suffer from mental illness. A lot of the people are saying, like, you know, it's okay to talk. Like, if you have something wrong with you, if you're feeling depressed, if you're going through something or whatever, it's okay to talk about it. You know what I mean? There's a stigma behind this male machismo, I'm fine type thing in the head. And I agree with that. It is fine to talk about it, and that stigma doesn't need to be anymore. But in the other hand, also, if you're not the person with the problem or the problem, if you know someone who's dealing with mental illness or depression, I'm going to move that camera a little bit closer. Then just like they're allowed to talk about it and ask for help, you are allowed to ask them if they're okay and make sure that everything's going well with them. Now I try to practice this myself with the 2 men in my life that I know suffer from that, and sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes you feel like you're intruding. Sometimes you just don't feel like asking either. But whenever I have a policy, whenever somebody's in my head for a long time and I just keep thinking about them, I tend to reach out and see how they're doing. Anyways, I don't want to be too preachy about anything. You know what I mean? God knows I'm not the authority on anything. But this is a good cause, and I think this month especially, November, is a good time to talk about it too. So I'm going to link below in the description to resources that I know are legit, and they're going to be the ones that Haze Outdoors linked in his, because I don't want to give you guys any kind of broken links or fake links or scam artist links or anything like that. So yeah, I'm going to link the same 2 organizations that Haze did in the bottom. And I want you guys to go check out his channel, Haze Outdoors. I want you to go check out his video, Show Us Your Steak Challenge. Go check out TA Outdoors, go Show Us Your Steak Challenge, Carlisle 195, Kent Survival. There's a couple more, I'm sure. I'm very sorry that I'm missing them. I just don't know them off the top of my head. So yeah, I hope that's okay to say, guys. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't, I tend not to preach much, but this is a pretty cool, pretty important topic, and especially in our genre. I know we have a lot of women followers and a lot of women bushcrafters and YouTubers, and just right along with us in the game. But yeah, this is a platform for that. So thanks for listening to me, and thank you, Haze. I like you. I like you a lot, buddy. supposed to tag 2 other YouTubers to do the steak challenge, and I will do that at the end of this video. Oh, that garlic is smelling mighty fine. Mighty fine. Damn, son. Oh, buddy. Oh my goodness. She looking good, boys. She looking good. Garlic's all roasted, and I believe she's pretty mushy too. So what we're gonna do, I don't even need to smush it anymore. I thought I was gonna have to smush it with the side of my blade or something, so I think I can just go, yep, do one of those. Oh yeah, big old chunk in there. Now I'm gonna cut Scout's piece. I'm gonna obviously give Scout a piece of the steak, but before I do that, or sorry, before I put the garlic on it, I'm gonna give it to him. That was hard for me to say. Obviously garlic's not good for dogs in any form. It doesn't matter if it's mushed up or not. My garlic in there, my butter in there. I'm gonna throw that back on. Steak's done. I'm gonna drop this down right on top to kind of just give it a good heating. And I got some more balsam fir boughs, some clean ones to put my steak on. I've got my beer, my 1 beer with me. This is a Zodiac. I'm excited to have it. But before that, let's cut Scout his piece. So I want to give Scout a nice big piece. I don't want to have him have all the fat. How about there? That's pretty healthy for a dog. That's my size, just a little bit bigger than his. And I'll cut his into manageable pieces and give it to him a little bit slower than I'm eating mine. She's cooked pretty good. Oh yeah, pretty good. I love the fat on a ribeye. A ribeye is my very most favorite steak. It's my favorite cut. All right. I was gonna try and be fancy and baste it on with a balsam fir twig, but that's not gonna work. You know, I'm just gonna pour it on because that's more of the Joe style anyway, right? Very buttery, very garlicky, but I'm sure it'll be good. Oh, it's so much butter. So much butter. I think I messed up on that. But look at the garlic. Look at the garlic boy. Look at the garlic boy. Let me just move these sharp things for you, big guy. Yeah, that's cooked really well. Look at that. Here, buddy. Good boy. You're just gonna help yourself then? Do it slower, right? Okay, stop. Wait. Wait! Good boy. No, no. Good wait. Leave it. Leave it. Down. Good boy. Alright, none of mine. You're not getting none of mine. So I'm filming with my old Nikon today. I think I like it better. I think I do. I think I might try and get a Nikon. A newer Nikon. Anyways, look at that. Garlic on there. Buddy, back off, okay? This is mine. Maybe a fork. Hey, next time? Fork. Oh. Alright, this is my first bite. Wow. That garlic, bro. Yeah, you know you want some more. Okay, you know what? I know people don't like to watch me chew, as I've heard. Trying to improve, you know? Trying to improve. So, let's crack this beer. I'm gonna have a couple sips, and then I'm gonna eat my steak. Oh yeah. Have I told you guys about this one before? I think I might have. Don't even think about it. This is a Zodiac, and it's from Toronto and Sweden somehow. Yeah, brewed by Omnipolo, Stockholm, Sweden, and Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Product of Canada. It's a really good beer. Or whatever the X-Files music was. Not Jurassic Park. Not Jurassic Park. That steak was very good. Hit the spot. That beer is really chilly too, as it is out here. This goat's licking the morsels off the ground. Leave it alone, bud. You had enough. Quite enough. Well, I guess it's time to tag two people. You know what I gotta do. You know I gotta tag old Dougie Poo, right? So Doug Outside, fellow Canadian YouTuber, real good buddy. Hit him up on Instagram, Doug Outside. Hit him up on YouTube and let him know he's been tagged. I want to put his link in the description. And who else? Let's tag Sean James from My Self-Reliance as well. We'll keep it in Canada this time. You guys know Sean from the cabin building series. So hit him up on Instagram, My Self-Reliance. Hit him up on YouTube, My Self-Reliance. Let him know he's been tagged for the Show Your Steak Challenge. Let him know the parameters. And I'll link his video, his channel in the description as well. I'm getting pretty chilled. And as you can tell, it's getting a little dark, so I'm just going to clean up camp and head out. Hang out until my beer is done, though. I tried to film this a little differently, a little more creatively, a little more of my style like I used to, and with the camera that I used to as well. Like I said, this is my Nikon. This is an old camera I'm using right now. Has a lot of trouble focusing, has a lot of trouble going into live view, but my thoughts are, in the future, I might buy a new Nikon, and I just like the way it looks better. I like the glass. I like the way the feel is better with a Nikon. So I really do want you guys to check out all of those channels I mentioned before. All the people who did this Show Your Steak challenge. It's really cool. It's a good community type thing. I was happy to be tagged in it. A lot of the times I don't get invited or I don't know. It feels like maybe I'm not part of the community sometimes, which isn't something I want. You know what I mean? I like it. I like watching smaller channels. I like being involved in the community. that's why I started this whole YouTube thing in the first place, because I was on Bushcraft USA, and that was a community. That was a forum. Like however long ago, 6, 8, 7 years ago. That's why this started, guys. Community is a good thing. Like-minded people are a good thing, and yeah, I just want to clear the air with TA Outdoors right now. Um, I mentioned some bad stuff and didn't mention his name, but insinuated it was him, and people got the picture. That was like about a year ago, and there was no need for it. I was feeling a certain way, and I do apologize. So, Mike, if you do watch my stuff, I apologize. I went about that the wrong way. So, again, all in the nature of men's mental health, all in the nature of community, and all in the nature of just being a good person and having a good time. Yeah, let's wipe the slate clean if we can. If not, that's okay too. But yeah, thanks for hearing me out. Thanks for watching this video. Thank you for all the support I've been getting lately. I'm gonna hit 1 million in like 2 months, 3 months tops. It's really cool. So give me a subscribe. Give all those dudes a subscribe that I mentioned. And yeah, let's be a good community. We don't need to be jerks, right? There's no need for camping people to be upset and angry about nonsense, is there? So, cheers to everyone. Have a good day, and I'll see you very soon on a camping video. I promise. I promise. Goodbye.